President Trump has continued his war with the media.
Yeah, that's right, Nat. The first official visit on his first full day in office, President Trump went to the CIA headquarters trying to smooth over a rough start in their relationship. He said he was in the middle of a war with the media, which is true, but then tried to say it was the media who was trying to portray him attacking the intelligence agencies, which is not true. You only have to look at his Twitter feed and recent speeches to see that he attacked America's intelligence agencies, including the CIA, claiming they were leaking information about Russian hacking into the election, even comparing them to Nazis. And then there was the problem of the background behind Donald Trump. It was the stars that represent the fallen CIA agents, considered hallowed ground. And a lot of people say that that's just not the place to talk about politics. In fact, the outgoing CIA director, who is an Obama appointee, called it disgusting. And all of this has done is continued these controversies rather than the American people learning about what Donald Trump's going to do and how he's going to do it, Nat.
Okay, let's go to Chris Rees, and we saw huge protests right around the world yesterday. Has Trump responded to those protests, Rezo?
Yeah, good morning, Nat. Those protests were just extraordinary, weren't they? We're here, obviously, in Washington. The White House behind me, it was the end point for the rallies. 500,000 people marched, about 2 million, they say, around the country. It was a pretty blunt welcome message for Donald Trump on his first full day in office. And he didn't respond yesterday, the president, but he did today via his usual sources, the use of the Twitter forum. He came out with his first tweet slamming the protesters, really saying, watched protests yesterday, but was under the impression that we just had an election. Why didn't these people vote? Now, 2 hours later, Nat, he had an about-face, more conciliatory tone. He put out another tweet, obviously thought better of the first one, or was told to think better of it by his advisors, coming out saying, peaceful protests are a hallmark of our democracy. Even if I don't always agree, I recognise the rights of people to express their views. Now, the interesting thing, though, is, Nat, the argument, the spin that the president is putting on his own crowd numbers from the inauguration day on your time Saturday. He says it was 1 to 1.5 million people. His spokesman came out later saying it was the biggest inauguration ever, when clearly the facts show otherwise. The aerial photos show it was nowhere near a million, probably around 250,000. The metro rides, the number of people that rode the metro in here show the numbers were quite low as well. So basically the reaction from people and the media here has been one of laughable sort of response to the first sort of press conference that Donald Trump has held on his first day, full day in office. Nat?